Good morning, guys. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Ben Loves Love, where we're talking about nursing, love, and me, of course. So, I was just sitting here thinking, I've been an LPN for 4 years, and every morning this past year that I have woken up, I I barely think about nursing. I barely think about looking for a job. I barely think about any of those things because like nursing no longer aligns with who I am at this moment and who I'm becoming at this time in my life. And you know, there's a lot of people out there that's probably like, yeah, let me jump into nursing and stuff, and that's cool and everything, but you need to jump into nursing for the right reasons, right? You need to get into nursing for the right reasons. And one of the things that nursing has taught me um, about life, period, like family is very important. Having family around you while you are ill is very important. I think I see more people get out of the nursing home when they have family around. I see more people get better care when they have family around, you know. And the type of nurse that I was, the type of nurse that I was, I don't even know what to say because anything is possible. But right now, nursing for me is like there's a DNR order for it, right? Like do not resuscitate. Like this is coming from God because God has told me 2 years ago like you're gonna be leaving that alone pretty soon. But nursing, like seeing people in the nursing home who don't have family, those are the most vulnerable people. And for me personally, as a nurse, like when I see people, just getting bullied by CNAs and, just getting neglected and stuff like that, it really touches my heart. And the type of nurse that I am, like I'll stand up for a patient that I notice like he don't have no family, because you can't bully a patient that has family. You know what I mean? Once family comes around, everybody's on their tippy toe when family come around, and you can't, because that family member will tell. That family member, I mean, that patient will tell his family member, like, yo, they're not doing this and they're not doing that. They were supposed to do this and this, that, and the third. So my thought process when it comes to nursing is like, just do everything properly the first time. There's so many people that, and I don't understand why there's so many lawsuits going. Like right now, my Oregon license is under investigation because of somewhere that I was working before, and because a CNA forgot to give the patient his call bell. So he was neglected the whole night, and he's one of those patients that would call if there's anything going on with him. You wouldn't want to step into his room if he didn't call. you know so when I found out what happened, I was just like, why did that happen? Like, why didn't you go and check on him or anything like that? Like, what, like, stuff like that just really bugs me, because then it falls on the nurse, and it's like, why didn't you do this and why didn't you do that? Because this patient already has a history of being calling when he needs assistance. you know he's one of those type of patients who calls when he needs assistance. So therefore it's like, okay, now I'm under investigation. Had I never decided to work in this state, I wouldn't be under investigation. You know what I mean? And I'm not that type of nurse where I've gone through this whole career without any type of investigation underneath my belt. you know so therefore you want to make sure you treat residents correctly. Who is that? You want to make sure your residents are taken well cared of. If you're going to be a nurse right now, it's just not about the bag, because they would try to find anything to pin on you. Anything. you know so for me right now, nursing is like, it's like I said, it's going kaput for me. It's like it's going bye-bye for me. It doesn't tickle my fancy anymore. It doesn't do anything for me personally, like, just because, I guess, because I've been on the terminal end of it. I said that before, but being on the terminal end of nursing, it really does turn you off. I don't see myself going any further. I don't see myself becoming an RN. I don't see myself doing any of those things because it just doesn't tickle my fancy. I know it's one of those careers where you could go multiple places, but for me personally, right now, one thing that's really like um, very I'm interested in is relationships. I'm interested in relationships because I grew up in a household where family didn't like each other. I grew up in a household where people just didn't care about one another. I grew up in that type of environment, but here I am, a nurse, and caring for random people that I don't even know where they came from. Don't even know where they came from. you know? So my life right now is taking a 180 because it feels like there's something else that I need to be paying attention to. Nursing has taken away my attention from just life itself, because I realize like life is actually dope. If you take time to love on yourself and you take time to be yourself, like your authentic self, like it's actually a dope thing. It doesn't take much to just be yourself. There's a lot of things that nursing has taught me that I just see as like, man, I can't go back to nursing. Like, I can't continue being a nurse and I'm not happy with it. I've suffered trauma growing up with my parents, and right now I'm currently no contact with my parents, and I just feel like I'm totally destined for more greatness than what I'm actually doing in the nursing home. And I don't want to be going to no building every day and dealing with sick people on a regular basis. Like that shit just doesn't do anything for me personally. It's time for you to like really get serious with yourself. That's what it comes to. It really gets to a point where it's time for you to get really serious with yourself and get in line with the things that make you actually happy. I see things in nursing that I'm like, okay, there's some things that I need to try to fix. That's why I be talking about becoming a pioneer in nursing, but also there's other aspects of me that wants to explore this world. And I'm so grateful for nursing, because nursing has really shown me a side of me that I'm like, oh, there's other things underneath nursing that I'm actually interested in, because my main focus was to become a nurse. And what I do with that, I did not explore that. So I'm grateful that I've never actually had the idea of what I wanted to do with nursing, because nursing is such a broad field. But then again, it's like you want to specialize in something. You know what I mean? You want to know the ins and out of something and stuff like that. At one point, I wanted to know about insurance, because people are not getting proper care or whatever the case. Look at that man just got shot. Whatever is going on, you know what I mean? That's why my number one rule from what I've learned about nursing is to take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Like, nobody else is going to take care of you. You feel me? And once you put somebody else in authority of you while you're in the hospital or while you're in the nursing home, baby, it's even worse. I remember one time there was a patient, I don't know, like he fractured his toe, he did something, he fell in his room and he did something, and he was like, every time I try to go touch it to like put a bandage on it, because I called the sister and she was like, don't send him to no emergency room. Let him just chill. We see the doctor tomorrow. And I was like, man, like if that happened to me, please send me to the emergency room. Send me somewhere where people can help me. And that really brought tears to my eyes. Like, I was literally crying. I was standing there crying because I was just like, man, like, he just hurt himself and he's getting no comfort by his own sister. You know what I mean? There's people out there that just would rather just take your money and just see you suffer. I've seen people just come once in the blue when they got to get papers signed, when they got to get checks signed or whatever the case may be. And it's like, I couldn't see myself doing that. Even if I hated my mother, even if I hated my father or my grandmother or whatever, I couldn't see myself doing something like that. Like, the integrity of family members is crazy. But having family around that actually loves you is very important. Very important. Very important when you're in the house, when you're sick, when you're in the hospital, when you're, you very important. Keep yourself at factory settings. That's one thing that I've learned as a nurse. Keep yourself at factory settings. Once I became a nurse, I had stopped eating meat, probably like my third year. No, my second year. My second year, I stopped eating meat, and I barely get sick. I barely feel any type of way. I barely, you know what I mean? I barely complain about being sick, or I don't even call out from work because I'm one of those people who's just like, if I don't feel like going, I'm not going. Nursing is a scam. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Nursing is a big scam. It's a big scam. It's a big scam. People will be at work sweating. People are miserable. Like, keep yourself at factory settings, for real. If there's anything that I could tell you about nursing, just keep yourself at factory settings. When I say factory settings, I mean make sure your health is intact. Make sure your health is intact when you become a nurse. If that's what you really want to do. You know, make sure you have a routine that makes you happy and content. Make sure you have those things on deck. Because if not, the burnout is real. The burnout is real. Because I'm sitting here thinking to myself, what more do I want from nursing? I don't think there's anything else I want more from it. You know, when I work, I just try to make everybody just comfortable and happy and stuff like that. But deep down inside, I don't want to go any further than what I actually did. You know, a lot of times people ask me, well, you're going to become an RN? No. I'm a real nigga all day. No, I don't need to become an RN. I do not need to become an RN. It's not for me. It's not for me. It's not. I don't see myself enjoying it. You know, I don't see myself sitting behind no computer all day long. I don't see myself doing that. You know, even at the highest position, like I don't see myself sitting at a computer talking to state. I don't see myself doing all of that. No, I don't see myself doing none of that crap. You know, I just feel like it's a scam. It's retarded. It's retarded to me. You know, people who got out the field, you know, good for them, because it's draining. It's very draining. I've never had any altercations with anyone. You know, one of my biggest things is people that are addicted to narcotics. That's one of my biggest aches about nursing. Also the competition, you know, the unnecessary competition. Like, I'm homeless, so when these nurses be giving me attitude and all this type of stuff, and I only come twice a week and shit like that. Like, you don't even know what my situation is, yet I'm still happy. You feel me? Like, this shit is weird to me. I don't got nothing. Y'all coming in cars and, you know, the latest scrubs and decked out Crocs and all this type of shit. I'm fucking homeless. Yet everybody got their eyes on me and stuff like that. I'm homeless. I don't got a car. I got a bus pass, you know, but I'm still in high spirits. And I guess that's the problem right there. Why are you still in high spirits and shit is not working out for you like everybody else? Because I don't envy nobody else. I'm on my own path. I'm in my own lane. I'm doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? When I'm at work, I'm at work and I'm reading the Bible and I'm getting in tune with God and stuff like that. Because nursing is one of those careers where you're supposed to help and heal people. You're supposed to make people feel good. So why would I cause any more stress on anybody else? I'm supposed to be in good spirits to take care of people. And a lot of nurses don't understand that. You're supposed to be in good spirits to take care of people. And you come in disgruntled and all this type of stuff. You putting everybody else at unease. You know what I'm saying? I had one time this nurse, the supervisor, she came up to me and she's all loud and I'm like, yo, it's 2:00 in the morning. Why are you so loud? My residents are sleeping. Why are you so loud? And I'm standing right in front of you. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me at all. You know, I don't know where this animosity competition comes from in nursing, but it's weird. It's it's weird business. It's weird business to me. You went to Florida University to get your RN license. I went to AMG Vocational License Practical School in Brooklyn, New York. We had to learn. You might have learned how to do phlebotomy. I didn't, but that doesn't make you better than me. It's the integrity. You know, it's the integrity. It's how you treat people. It's how you make people feel. It's how people feel when they're around you. You know what I mean? Because every time when I go to work, like I tell you, I go to work once or twice a week. And everybody's like, what is this for? Why is this? What is this going on? I need this information, this and that. Why didn't you ask the nurse before me? She don't make me feel comfortable. I asked her, but she didn't do it. Why? Nursing is one of those things supposed to make people feel comfortable so that they can heal. If they're asking you for something, it's because they want to feel comfortable. And this is why I say keep yourself at factory settings, because when people are in authority of your health, they don't really put themselves in your shoes to make yourself feel comfortable. If a patient asks me for ice, I'd be like, listen, I got you. Just give me a minute, and I'll probably come back like 30 minutes later or whatever the case may be. And sometimes they forget that they even asked me for something, and I come back with it, and they're like, oh, thank you so much, you know, excuse me, just to make them comfortable. I think that was my whole direction with nursing. Once I started working, it was like just to make people comfortable, because you're in a place where you're not comfortable. You're around people that aren't happy with their careers. You're around people that are, disgruntled. You're here to make people comfortable. One time, this patient, she fights. She's feisty and this, that, and the third. So I came in there and I helped her. Once she rolled her on the back, give him a back massage. That's something that they teach in CNA school. She was calm as ever. And she looked at me and she said, thank you. That's it. That is it. So all these paperworks and all this, you got to do the paperwork. Okay, I'll do the paperwork once my patient is okay. I remember one time, just probably a couple of weeks ago, before I was like, okay, I'm taking me a break. I came on the unit. I had a patient that was throwing up. He had a peg tube and he was throwing up. And I had just came on the unit. I mean, fresh off the bus. Fresh off the bus. I didn't even know what was going on yet. I was doing my rounds and stuff like that. And the CNA was like, he looked like he threw up. So I was like, all right, let me go check him out. And he did. And he had a peg tube. He was always in pain, stomach distended. And I was like, well, what happened to the nurse before, But then again, it's like, not every nurse is competent enough to realize certain signs, you know what I mean? If something don't look good, Get them out of here, because listen, I'm not competent enough as an RN that is in ER or in the hospital and stuff like that. I'm a nursing home LPN, right? So if you don't look good, get him out of here. So he's throwing up, projectile throwing up. So I call supervisors to let them know. But in other states, there's no supervisors the way that they have supervisors in New York City. But anyway, um, throwing up, projectile throwing up, and I called the supervisor to let her know and stuff like that. And they come up and they asking questions, vitals and this, that, and third. So I'm working on it, blah blah blah, right? So they gonna send him to the hospital. So I reassure, are we going to is this patient going to the hospital? And say yes. So they come with paperwork. I came with the thought process that I'm going to go help the CNA make sure he gets cleaned up so that when they come and get him, he is clean and ready to go. As soon as I come out the room, you got to do this paper, you got to do that. I said, listen, I got a patient to take care of right now. I got to make sure this patient is good. Instead of you telling me what to do right now, come and help. That's my thought process, but I kept my cool. You know why? Because I want people to realize, like, nursing is a healing career. It's not a money career. Your payback is by healing people. You know, everybody wants to be remote. Why? When the joy of somebody seeing somebody feel better in front of you, like, that's a positive, great outlook. That's a beautiful thing to see people actually turn their lives around. You know what I'm saying? So they kept throwing paperwork at me, and I think I was being tested that day to see how I handle pressure. But I was just like, okay, I'll get to it. I was calm as hell. But anybody else would be like, stop it. They're doing too much now. I'm angry. I'm mad. They wouldn't do much of this. No, I just handled it. My priority was to take care of that patient and make sure that he was okay. That was it. I'll deal with paperwork when I get a chance to sit down. You're not gonna stress me out. And I think that's one of my biggest strengths right there when it comes to nursing, is that you're not gonna stress me out. Nobody has the ability to stress me out. You don't get that opportunity. You don't get that chance when it comes to me. Nursing is a beautiful career, but it's draining at this moment. It's one of those careers now, it's just about the money. Nobody cares about nothing. They don't care. And that's something that I can't deal with, because I'm a person that likes to care. I care. I want to help. I want to see differences. I'm a solutionist. That's the type of person I am. But right now I realize that God is telling me to DNR it. Like, cut it off. No more CPR. You know what I mean? No CPR on this career no more, because I have other sectors of my life that I want to explore and I want to feel. I'm thinking about turning this channel into a relationship channel. My first relationship that I witnessed was my parents' relationship. And that was hectic. That was hectic. And it makes me realize how much we are messing up when it comes to relationships now. Like, relationships don't have to be so hard. Marriage don't have to be so hard. Friendships don't have to be so hard. But everybody's focus is sex. Everybody's focus is, what can I get out of this relationship? That's why I don't have no friends now. You know, even being a nurse and trying to have friends, that's hard. You know, because everybody's in competition with you. You know what? I'm just going to stay by myself. I'm just going to stay by myself, you know, because everything shouldn't be this hard. It shouldn't. It's absolute simplicity in just having authentic friendships, but everybody's mindset is how can I gain? How can I gain? But we're not thinking, like, how can we uplift people? How can we, have a meaningful relationship? You know what I mean? Everybody's so stressed out. What I may have to say may be helpful to you, and what you may have to say may be helpful to me. But everybody's so stressed out. I don't wanna live like this. Yeah, I don't wanna live like this. I don't wanna be like this. This doesn't make sense to me. And this is the alignment that I'm talking about. Like, this is not authentic to me. Friendships is inorganic. Yeah, inorganic now because of the mentality. A beautiful career like nursing is tainted because of the mentality of, I gotta get the money, I gotta get the bag, this and the third. you know Everybody's for money. Marriages, people be killing each other for insurance money. Like, how do you sleep at night? How? Doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't. So that was my little rant. That was my little rant. These last 2 years, or last year, nursing has really been testing me, and I believe it's because there's a higher position somewhere out there for me. You know what I mean? But I've learned so much in nursing that I'm just like, yeah, it's time to apply it to different areas of my life and carve my own path. You know what I mean? Carve my own path for whoever in the future sees these videos and be like, that's a path that I'm interested in. And I'll be that pioneer. I'll be that first person to be like, yeah, that's what's up. You did it. I'm glad you did. I'm glad you followed in my footsteps, because that's what life is all about. Carving your own way, your own path. Like, look at this big ass world. You mean to tell me you want to take the same steps as everybody else when you can be authentic and do your own thing? That's how I feel. So comment down below, chime in if you were a nurse, if you are a nurse, if you're thinking about not becoming a nurse anymore. Chime down below so we can have a conversation about it. I'm not here to discourage anybody from their path, but if you want to become a nurse, please do your research, okay? I see a lot of people in nurses in the ER. That couldn't be me. I don't want nobody's life in my hand. I don't want nobody's life in my hand. I'm so serious. I'm so honest with you right now. I don't want it. So thank you for listening to my rant. If you made it to 28 minutes, I'll talk to you later. Bye.